Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start today's video off with a recent update from the mutant Nick Walker. 2 weeks post show, Nick is up 8 pounds and is weighing 264 currently. And he's actually backing off a little bit before starting prep for the Mr. Olympia, which I think is a great idea. I think a slightly younger Nick Walker would have just continued prep and kept pushing as hard as he could, but that doesn't always have the best outcome. But my stance on Nick Walker probably isn't going to change going into this year's Olympia unless he posts some crazy images. I definitely think Nick will maintain his spot in the top 5, but I'm not sure about him staying within that top 3. I know it's very early, but just letting you guys know what I think. Let me know in the comment section below what are you guys' thoughts on Nick going into this year's Olympia. And in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from good Vito, and in the caption of this post, Vito says soon he will begin gaining more mass, and he thinks this will be one of his most productive seasons of gaining mass. So I think it's safe to say we aren't going to see good Vito compete anymore this year. He's focused on adding more size. Though, I think it would have been a great idea for Vito to do a show later in the year to qualify for the 2025 Mr. Olympia. And let's not forget, Vito took a close second to Martin Fitzwater at the Detroit Pro. Whether you consider Martin a top 6, top 8, or top 10 Olympian, Martin is very good and Vito isn't too far behind based off what we saw at the Detroit Pro. But anyway, I'm excited for the future of this guy. He's going to be really good. And let's switch over to Hassan Mostafa, who posted up some updates at 10 days out from the Toronto Pro. And if Hassan is able to bring his best to this show, he's definitely my pick to win. I know we have Akeem Williams, we have Quint Beastwood, John Jewett, maybe even Tim Budesheim. But 100% Hassan, like we seen in last year's Vancouver Pro, I think he gets it done. Hassan is working with Dorian Hamilton for the first time going into this show, but looking at these updates, I'm not sure if Hassan is gonna be 100% at the Toronto Pro. We still have a little bit over a week to go, so I'm not gonna judge these updates too hard, but Hassan looks more 3 weeks out. Let me know in the comment section below what do you guys think. And I'm not really sure why he left Chad Nichols when Chad brought him in at his absolute best. I think he's just closer to Dorian and it's easier for them to work together. Best of luck to Hassan. And let's switch over to Quinton Eriya, Quint Beastwood, who will also be competing at the Toronto Pro. And as we know, Quint does not currently have a coach, but personally, I'm 99.9% sure that Dorian Hamilton is going to be helping him prep for this show. And there isn't any new updates when it comes to Quint, but I do want to say this. I think it's outrageous the amount of backlash that this guy got. He did not like the prep with Matt Jansen. He posted the results. He posted how much weight that he lost. He said exactly what happened and why he did not want a coach. And people are upset with him. I respect Quint because we had another guy to recently leave his coach and he just left all of us up to assume. When Quint posted images and he told us directly, hey, this prep went horrible. I lost 70 pounds. I don't want to work with this guy anymore. But that's going to be my rant on Quinton Eriya. But regardless of how the prep went with Matt Jansen, I do think that Quint still needs to add more size to be truly competitive. Looking forward to seeing him in Toronto. Now let's switch over to Mohamed Fooda, Mo Fooda, who recently posted up an update. Again, he is working with Boss of Outlaw, and in the caption of this post, he said a few weeks out. No idea what show this guy's gonna do. If I had to guess, I'm gonna go with the Dubai Pro, but I would not be surprised if he does multiple shows. And I cannot wait to see this guy on stage. When he competed at last year's Romania Pro, I'm not gonna say that he got robbed, but I would not have been upset if he placed a little bit higher. I really want to see this guy next to Beirut Tabani. Now let's switch over to the Conqueror, William Bonac, who will be competing at the M Pro Classic versus Krizo and Beirut Tabani in just a few weeks. And I've been going back and forth about how I think Bonac is going to do at the M Pro Classic, but I'm just going to go with my initial thoughts. I think it's going to be very hard for him to beat Michael Krizo or Beirut Tabani. Looking at Williams' physique, the conditioning looks good, but to me personally, he looks smaller than what I'm used to seeing. Now I will say this, his waistline and his abs have improved dramatically, but I'm not sure how much size he has lost and how he's going to stack up against guys like Krizo and Beirut. But William is a guy that is known to make great comebacks, so who knows. And I'm not sure exactly what happened with the arms, but they are definitely down in size. But you guys let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys think William is going to perform at the M Pro Classic? He will also be doing the Portugal Pro. a couple of weeks after that. And let's switch over to classic physique. We have a recent update from Stephane Matala, a guy who probably should not be in classic physique, but Stephane still has to lose about 11 pounds to make weight. And if we did not know him, we had not seen him previously, I think this is still a very impressive physique, great conditioning, great genetics. That's very obvious. But knowing how Stephane actually looks when he doesn't strip off muscle, this guy looks deflated, and I'll even go as far as to say he looks like a shell of himself. I feel like he's just wasting so much potential stripping off all of this muscle. And I honestly think that Stephane should make the push to go to open, only because this is extremely unhealthy. It's no way it's healthy having to lose 45, 50 pounds every single time you prep, get absolutely bone dry and peeled, and you still have to lose even more weight. Hopefully this prep will stress him out so much he will realize that he cannot compete in the classic physique division. And I'm not wishing anything bad on Stephane, but there are guys that were just like, it was so hard to make weight, they could not do it anymore. And I think Stephane may run into that issue. But I'm very confident that Patrick Tuor will get this guy exactly where he needs to be. He just may not be happy going through that process. But let's go ahead and wrap up today's video here with the archive of the day. You guys let me know in the comment section below, who is this legendary bodybuilder? And as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. And if you have not done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.